أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum everyone. So I was not able to come for a few days, so we missed out on a couple of these talks from the book Mafatih al-Hayat. We had started to talk about, we had finished the chapter on tafakkur, contemplation and reflection, and we had finished several narrations from that chapter. And now we're going to go to chapter 2. And chapter 2 is about learning and studying. Okay, learning and studying. And Ayatollah Javadi Amoli, or the team that wrote the book under him, they say that after thinking and contemplation and reflection, the next most important thing is learning. And Islam says that you must gain knowledge from the cradle to the grave. From the cradle to the grave. Cradle is basically what the babies sleep in. So always try to seek knowledge from the time that you are a child, from the time that you are a little kid, all the way till when you are very, very old. So is there ever a retirement age for gaining knowledge? Is there ever a time you're like, I'm retired from gaining knowledge? Right? And sometimes people ask, okay, how long are you going to study in the Hawza? And people think after 10 years, that's it. You stop, as if you stop studying after 10 years. No, you have to continue studying till you go to your grave, till your last moments. And that is a very, very important, imagine if that was our mindset in our life. That I always have to be someone who is on a journey of learning. Okay, you would always prioritize that. Unfortunately, we don't do that. Okay, unfortunately, we don't prioritize our learning and education, even though literally in the book called Mafatih al-Hayat, which is the keys to life, that's literally the second chapter. Nothing else. He's not talking about making money or anything else. The second most important thing after reflection is gaining knowledge. So we have a couple of narrations that I will quote today. The first one is from the Holy Prophet ﷺ, who says, أغض عالما أو متعلما وإياك أن تكون لاهيا متلذذا. When you wake up every morning, when you wake up during the day, either you should wake up as an alim, meaning someone who knows what they're doing, or you should be a student, meaning you should be in a state of learning. So you wake up in the morning and you say, I need to go and learn. And you should not be someone who is just going to wake up and say, I'm going to waste my entire day doing nothing. Doing things that are going to waste my time, that are not going to help me learn anything, and they're not going to help me understand anything. So there are only two states, two conditions that you should be in. Either an alim or a muta'allim, a teacher or someone who has knowledge, or somebody who is a student of knowledge. There is no other third category or option. The third option is that you are just wasting your day. Okay, so when we come to school in the morning, we should have this mindset. I'm going into school today. Either I know certain things or I don't know certain things, and I'm going to go to school to learn. That should be my attitude. Imam Ali alayhi salam says that خُذِ الْحِكْمَةَ وَلَوْ مِنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ. Knowledge and wisdom, take it, even if you have to go to the mushrikeen to get it. Even if you have to go to the non-Muslims. Some people say you only have to gain knowledge from the non-Muslims, from the Muslims. No. If the non-Muslims have certain knowledge and certain truths that they have figured out, certain research that they have figured out, Imam Ali is saying, go and get it. Even if you have to go to a mushrik, you have to go gain that knowledge and wisdom. So that's very important. So this one is funny or interesting, right? It says, خُذِ الْحِكْمَةَ وَلَوْ مِنْ أَفْوَاهِ الْمَجَانِينَ. From Imam Ali alayhi salam, take knowledge and wisdom even if it comes out from the mouth of a mental insane person. So sometimes a person who is majnoon, mentally not stable, sometimes they will say things that will make sense, right? We have the story of Bahlol Dana. Everyone has heard of his name, Bahlol, right? So Bahlol, no one has heard of Bahlol? So Bahlol was this character, this individual in the time of Harun Rashid. And the whole story is that, Imam Kazim alayhi salam told him to act majnoon, act insane. But in his insanity, he would always say these very interesting things, and people would learn from him, right? So that's the kind of idea here. So that's about the importance of learning. So gain knowledge, even if you have to gain it from a mushrik or a person who is crazy, but they are saying something right, take it from it, okay? Now look at the fadila and the merits of teaching and learning. So teaching and learning. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, that فَإِنَّ تَعَلِيمَهُ لِلَّهِ حَسَنًا. If you teach knowledge for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so look, your intention is important in all of this. If you are teaching and if you are learning for the sake of yourself, for your ego, for the dunya, then it's not the same reward. The reward is when you do it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَإِنَّ تَعْلِيمَهُ لِلَّهِ حَسَنًا. You get hasanat, you get a lot of good reward. وَطَلَبَهُ عِبَادَةً. If you seek knowledge, it is like worship, it is ibadah. وَالْمُذَاكَرَةَ فِيهِ بِهِ تَسْبِيحٌ. Talking about educational things, talking about the things that you are learning in school, it is like tasbih. It is like the glorification of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So sometimes when your teacher's saying, hey, stop talking about video games, talk about what you are learning for the sake of Allah, you actually will get more thawab for that. It's like doing tasbih. That's a really big thing. وَلَعَمَلَ بِهِ جِهَادٌ وَتَعْلِيمَهُ مَنْ لَا يَعْلَمُهُ صَدَقَةٌ. And basically acting on it is like striving very hard in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And teaching knowledge to the one who doesn't know is like sadaqah, is like giving a charity to them. And giving it to someone who deserves it. So everyone deserves some level of knowledge. If you are in grade 2 and grade 3 and the students have the capacity to understand something and you give it to them, is qurbatun ilallahi ta'ala. If you do it, it is actually going to get you closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? Because why? Because this is the teachings of the halal and haram and the pathway or the enlightened pathway towards Jannah. Okay? That is the reason for that. So that's a narration. Look at this narration. Man ta'allama baban min al-ilm لِيُعَلِّمَهُ النَّاسِ ابْتِغَاءَ وَجْهِ اللَّهِ أَعْطَاهُ اللَّهُ أَجْرَ 70 نَبِيًّا. Someone who teaches just one chapter from a book, okay, one chapter or one discipline to people, قُرْبَةً إِلَى اللَّهِ. So remember, your intention is important in all of this. Don't think your intention is not important. It has to be done for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you teach even one chapter to someone, sometimes in the class, I have asked a few students to help somebody who is a little bit struggling. And I say, hey, can you help your classmate, teach them? If you teach them even one chapter, one section for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will give you the reward of 70 prophets. 70 prophets. That is a really, really big reward. Meaning the prophets came and they did all the things right. And they got a lot of reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, correct? One Nabi, how much effort did every prophet put? Even one prophet. A lot, right? Prophet Hud and Nuh and Salih and Prophet Ibrahim and Prophet Adam and Prophet Shaykh. All the prophets, how much reward did they get? A lot. If you teach one chapter to someone for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will give you the reward of 70 of those prophets together. And that's why we say there's a lot of respect for the teachers in Islam. What they are doing is equivalent to the work of 70 prophets. Okay, it's not easy to teach. Right? And at the same time, it also shows the teachers the responsibility as well. Okay, and the accountability. We are here doing the job of the prophets at the end of the day. And that's why the niyyah is the most important in all of this. The intention is the most important in all of this. Okay? So that was a very interesting narration. I'll finish off with this last one. This last narration for today is فإن حضور مجلس عالم أفضل من حضور ألف جنازة ومن عيادة ألف مريض. So this is saying that, attending the janaza of a person has a lot of sawab, right? When somebody passes away, you attend their namaz janaza, always try to make an effort to attend people's janaza, so that when you pass away, hopefully people come to your janaza as well, right? So it's a lot of reward for that. And also visiting the sick, you have a lot of reward. So the Holy Prophet is saying that being present in the gathering of a scholar, being present, hudur is not even saying engaging in a conversation. Just being present and listening to an alim is better than, or more reward than, attending 1,000 janazas and visiting 1,000 sick people. Just sitting in a gathering of the alim, one alim. If there's a scholar visiting and you sit in their gathering and we listen to what they are saying, you get more reward and thawab than attending 1,000 janazas and 1,000 sick people, visiting 1,000 sick people. Okay, so anyways, this chapter is very long. Inshallah, we will continue with our narrations. But I hope everyone, students and teachers, are understanding the fadila of the ilm. Okay, the fadl and the merits of gaining knowledge and also teaching as well at the same time. But also it comes with a lot of accountability, and your niyat is very, very important. Maybe later on there will be some narrations, I don't know, but when you are teaching with the wrong intention, then what happens to you? That's also there. Or when you are learning for the wrong intention, it's not going to be good. Okay, so maybe there are some narrations about that. But inshallah, we'll wrap it up here today. We're going to pray.